So if you're thinking about buying your first home in South Mississippi, there's a good chance you've already heard a lot of conflicting information. Maybe you've heard you need 20% down. Maybe you've heard interest rates are too high. Maybe you've heard you need perfect credit. Or maybe you've convinced yourself that buying a home just isn't possible right now. But the truth is, many first-time homebuyers are a lot closer to home ownership than they realize. Unfortunately, most people are getting their information from friends, family members, social media, or news headlines instead of talking to someone who actually helps buyers navigate the process every single day. Real estate is what I do for a living. I've spent years helping buyers all across South Mississippi, studying the market, negotiating contracts, solving problems, and guiding people through one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how the home buying process works, the biggest mistakes first-time home buyers make, and some opportunities available right now in Hattiesburg and on the Mississippi Gulf Coast that many buyers don't even know exist. I'm Steve Pahlman with Dunbar Real Estate, South Mississippi's Real Estate Authority, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate the first-time home buying process. So before we talk about the process itself, let's clear up a few of the biggest myths that I hear from first-time home buyers all the time. The first is that you need 20% down to buy a home. While putting 20% down is certainly one option, many buyers purchase homes with significantly less. Another common myth is that you need perfect credit. While stronger credit can provide more options and potentially better loan terms, many buyers are surprised to learn that they may qualify even if their credit isn't perfect. I also hear people say they don't make enough money to buy a home. What matters most isn't necessarily how much money you make. It's how your income, your debts, your credit profile, and overall financial picture fit within the lender's guidelines. Every situation is different, which is exactly why assumptions can be dangerous. The first step I recommend to every buyer is talking to a lender before looking at a single house. Not Zillow, not driving around town looking at homes on the weekend, a lender, and the right lender. If you need a lender referral, let me know and I'll put you in contact with someone who specializes in first-time homebuyer approvals. The lender's job is to evaluate your income, your debts, your assets, and your credit profile and determine which loan programs may be available to you. This step provides clarity and it helps prevent disappointment later. I've seen far too many buyers fall in love with a home before they ever know what they can realistically afford. And once you've spoken with a lender, the next step is obtaining a pre-approval. This is one of the most important steps in the entire process because it gives you a realistic price range and allows you to shop with confidence. And it also strengthens your position when it comes time to submit an offer. Sellers want to know that buyers are serious, and a pre-approval letter helps demonstrate that you've already taken the necessary steps to prepare. And now comes the exciting part, finding the right home. This is where many buyers focus entirely on the house itself, but I encourage people to look beyond the four walls. Consider the commute, the future resale value, insurance costs, property taxes, flood zone considerations, neighborhood amenities, and your long-term plans. The goal isn't simply to find a house. The goal is to find the right house for your lifestyle and your financial situation. Over the years, I've noticed several mistakes that first-time buyers make repeatedly, and one of the biggest is looking at homes before ever getting pre-approved. Another is making major purchases during the loan process. Buying a vehicle, financing furniture, opening a new credit account, or making large unexplained deposits can create complications with your financing. Also encourage buyers not to automatically shop at the very top of their pre-approved price range. Just because a lender says you can qualify for a certain amount doesn't necessarily mean that's where you should be. Leaving room in your monthly budget often creates a more comfortable homeownership experience. And one thing that many buyers don't realize is that South Mississippi offers opportunities that may not exist in other parts of the country. Depending on the location and your qualifications, there may be financing programs available that can make home ownership more accessible than you expect. There are also situations where buyers may encounter homes with assumable financing opportunities, which can be worth exploring in certain circumstances. And compared to many larger markets across the country, communities like Hattiesburg, Petal, or even down on the coast, Ocean Springs, Bay St. Louis, they can still offer tremendous value for buyers looking to put down roots. The question I get almost every day is whether it is a good time to buy a home. And the honest answer is that it depends on your personal situation. If you're financially prepared and you plan to stay in the home for 3 to 5 years at least and can comfortably afford the payment, waiting isn't always the best strategy. The best time to buy is when you're personally ready and when the numbers make sense for your goals. So if you're considering buying your first home in South Mississippi, I've created a free South Mississippi home buying seminar that goes into much greater detail. And in that seminar, I cover financing options, common mistakes, strategies buyers use to save money, and the exact process we use to help buyers successfully navigate today's market. You can register for free using the link in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please be sure to subscribe because I post weekly videos about buying, selling, and living in South Mississippi. My goal is simple, is to help you make informed decisions and avoid costly mistakes when it comes to one of the biggest investments you'll ever make.